Namaste children. Today I am going to start your second book Politics in India Since Independence, and this is part first of the first chapter, that is challenges of nation building. So in this topic we will discuss about the challenges of nation building, partition, displacement and rehabilitation, and consequences of partition. So first of all, I want to tell you, India became independent in 1947, and at the time of 14 and 15 midnight 1947, our first Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru gave the speech in Constituent Assembly, and the title of the speech was Ties with Destiny. And we see the problems faced by the both the side, Muslim, Hindu, all belong to all religion, face many problems during the partition. So this was the problems faced by the people, and what was the challenges? Question is very important. What was the challenges faced by the Indian government after independence? So here we will discuss about the three challenges faced by the Indian government after independence. First is to shape the nation, second is establish democracy, and third is ensure the development. So India, when India became the independent in 19 August 1947, immediately after independence, Indian government faced these challenges. And if we will talk about the first challenge to shape the nation, so this was the immediate and the first challenge, yet accommodate the diversity existed in country and society, and main aim was, the Indian government's main aim was eradication of poverty and unemployment from the country and accommodate the all social groups in the country. And second was the established democracy, because in India there were different types of people lives together, and if they want to success, government want to success in the country, so democracy, as you all know, is a better form of government. So this is the main aim in front of the government, to establish democracy, give opportunity, give rights to all the citizens of the India. And the next is ensure the development. This was the third challenge, to ensure the development and well-being of the entire society, no matter they belong to any religion, any culture, fine, any they speak any language, they belong to any caste, fine. So this is not only for one section of the society, development will be from the for the all sections of the society. So these were the three challenges faced by the Indian government at the time of independence in 1947. Now the next topic is partition, displacement and rehabilitation. So on 14th and 15th August 1947, two nation states mean India and Pakistan, came into existence, and lakhs of people from both sides, India and Pakistan, both sides, lost their homes, lives, properties, and became victim of the communal violence. So the first we see what was the reason behind the partition. So here we will see the two nation concept of two nation theory. Here question is, who gave the two nation theory? So answer is Muhammad Ali Jinnah gave the two nation theory, because he want a separate state from India for the Muslims. Fine. So this was the concept of two nation theory. Or on the basis of Muslim majority belt, West and East Pakistan was created, which was separated by a long expanse of Indian territory. And Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, he was also known as the Frontier Gandhi, was the undisputed leader of the Northwest Frontier Province. And despite his opposition, NWFP was merged with Pakistan. And the partition or portion, half portion or few portion, you can say the portion or partition of Punjab and Bengal was the cause of partition also, and this was the deepest trauma of partition, division of Punjab and Bengal. Fine. So this was the displacement and rehabilitation. Now consequences of partition. What was the main consequences of partition? So, students, the year 1947 was the year of one of the largest, most abrupt, planned and tragic transfer of population of human history as known. Fine. And minorities on both the sides of the border fled their homes and secured temporary shelters in refugee camps. For a long time they lived in refugee camps because they fled from their country, and uh, they leave their homes, and now they lives in the refugee camps. And the women were abducted, attacked and killed and raped also during that partition, and they were forcefully converted to other religion also. Now, due to partition, one more important consequence was political and administrative machinery failed on both the sides, and there was large or huge, you can say, loss of lives and property both the sides. Communal violence was on its culmination. Communal violence was there between the Hindu and Muslim. So this is all about the part 1. And one thing I also want to tell you about the integration of princely states. Students, at that time 565 princely states were there, and many merged in India, but few don't want to merge with India. If we will take the example, then we can say that Travancore, Hyderabad, Kashmir, Manipur initially refused to join Indian Union, and there were two types of provinces at the time of British rule. When Britishes were there in India, there were two types of provinces: British Indian provinces and the princely states. So, if we will talk about the Indian provinces, these were the provinces directly under the control of the British government, and the princely states governed by the Indian princes. Fine. So here we see the problem about the princely states also, and immediately after independence there were almost 565 princely states, and many were joined the India, but I told you that Manipur, Hyderabad, they don't want to join the refuse to join the Indian Union. Fine. But later on, after discussion or after taking military operation, India merged the Hyderabad and Manipur also. Fine. So in next part of this chapter, I will explain you about the how Hyderabad merged, Manipur and Hyderabad merged in India. Fine. So, and the State Reorganization Commission and government approach, we will discuss in the next part of this chapter. I hope you understood all these points. Thank you very much.